Right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time in Season 10, not Season 11. Brazil is the last round, as you can see. The title has already been wrapped up, there's still quite a few things to settle. Now joining me is Blue Flag, or Sai, or I don't know how many names you've got, mate, but hello, welcome back.
Yeah, good to be back.
Yeah, this is the third time now in the comms box for F1.
Yeah, for F1, I think third time.
Cool. It's nice to have you here. So, how do you think this one's going to go? Do you think Dutch is going to just relax, take this one as like a one big parade lap, or do you think he's going to want to end the season with a win?
They want to end it with a win. I mean, they all will. Zach, especially after the absolute heartache that he would have felt last week. I mean, he did have seemingly that race win in his grasp, and then that late safety car and the Dutch overtaking him on the last lap. That, you know, absolute bitter pill to swallow for him. So he want a positive result tonight. So yeah, when you've got Matt Calls in his last race in FTRL for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, that's a shame. Guess a lot of banter does Matt cause in and around the Discord and several chats, but definitely somebody who's much loved at FTRL, so it will be a shame to go a season without him.
Yeah.
So we are a little bit low on numbers for the final race, unfortunately. Just a few guys a little bit busy. But over the mid-season,
I think a couple of guys have started back at uni, haven't they? And I just don't think they've quite got their connections sorted, or as they'd like them.
Which is fair enough. But with mid-season beckoning, a few driver transfers, movements and all the other things, I'm sure it would be a fantastic season come season 11. Oxy's the first in though with a 192. Take that back, Zach has just crossed the line with a 108.5. I'm just going to stop speaking. Tico, I mean, that's a pretty decent time from Tico. Dutch snuck in there as well with a 108.3. So again, it's looking very, very tight between the front three guys. Ferrari's still looking very, very quick. Bram has put himself P4 again. He's very quick, is Bram. Right, so there's a few drivers that need a decent result just to finish inside the top 10. It's still possible for Pagani. I believe with a good result inside the points, Aaron can move himself up a couple of positions as well, depending on where F3 and Coandi, I think, finish as well. So there's still quite a few things to play for. And obviously everybody wants to finish the season on a high note.
Yeah, I think Lennon would probably benefit from a decent result tonight. And last season's F2 champion, he's had a right struggle this season.
Yeah, he's a bit underrated, isn't Lennon? Very quick on his day, but like you say, it's not happened for him this season, unfortunately. So everybody now back in the pit. Still got quite a few drivers without setting a lap. What do you think of Brazil then in a whole? Is it a difficult track for you, or are you alright around it?
I wouldn't say it was a particularly difficult track. I just struggled for pace around it. I mean, turns 1 and 2, I think we're going to see quite a few warnings and penalties picked up there. Quite a tricky little section. And another corner that can be a bit tricky, given that it's probably crucial for a good run down to turn one, is Junsao, the final corner you really need to brake for. That's the last traction zone on the track, and getting a decent run out of there is going to be key to getting some overtaking done, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely a tricky one. I mean, we're on board with Danny right now. There's a curb on the inside he's passing right there, where he's just slowed down. I mean, that can cause you a little bit of trouble if you ride that curb a little bit too much. Especially on the heavy loads, I've done that quite a few times. It's not nice. Right, let's have a look at the challenge. We've got Peatman, Donzo, as always. Mr. Course Guard in there with the last race. Sad face, it is. Last race, unfortunately. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. Guy wishing good luck to all the drivers. And Peatman with a Team Mac course. Okay then. Must be feeling sorry for him since he's leaving.
I was going to say, I think that's a sympathy hashtag.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, it is sad to see Matt Course go. It's an end of an era in a strange sense. He's given us so many iconic moments in FTRL.
Yeah, and you were involved in probably his most iconic moment.
I was indeed. There's been many memes and comments made about that incident.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll want to forget that as quickly as he can. Hopefully he's not gone too long. Always be welcome back, I'm sure. So in the meantime, Zach has dropped down to P5 because Danny got himself up to P4, and Oxox also improved. So we'll see where Zach can put himself on this second run as he comes across the line now and goes back to provisional pole. So Zach is definitely not messing about. Title may be over, but like you say, he wants to end this season on a high note and get the momentum for the start of next season, I'm sure.
Oh. I was about to say that Dutch improved to P2 on the exact same time as Tico, but then Tico did just pop in a 108 flat for himself.
I mean, those guys are so quick. Both racing points have yet to settle up. Glennon's about to cross the line now though, so we'll see where he can put his car, and jumps to P6. That is a cracking time from Glennon. Not too bad at all. So we'll quickly pull up the tyres and we'll see what everybody's going for. It looks like a lot of the drivers are going for softs, so I'm assuming that's a soft to hard strategy maybe, or can you do the mediums?
Quite possibly. I mean, I've not done a race around here, so I don't know the strategy. I know on the last game, tyre wear was a bit touch and go as to whether you could one stop it or you might need two. I mean, I know the medium to the hard tyre was an easy one stop, but some people were able to go the soft to the hard. So
Certainly going to be interesting.
I'll certainly be keen to see what the guys do tonight for Wednesday night.
Oh yeah, me too. Definitely getting an eye in for the strategy tonight. That's why it's great commentating on this race.
You of course with plenty to play for tomorrow. There's a title at stake.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's not think about that though.
No, F1 business tonight.
Oh, too much pressure. Right, let's take a look at Aaron's coming up behind at the Toro Rosso of Matt Coles, who moves out of the way. Now we'll go inside it. Was it the start of the season or a couple of races in that Aaron and Matt Coles had a little bit of a bet as to who could finish ahead of who.
Yeah, didn't Matt Cause miss the first 2 races? And I think it was when Matt Cause returned, I think there was a little a side bet placed between Matt Cause and Aaron as to who could finish higher in the championship standings.
Yeah, well, at the moment it's Aaron, but he is only ahead by, I believe it was 2 points. I'm just going to quickly check. It's 3 points. So it's still
I mean, I
quite a
can't
close
remember what the
battle.
payout or the forfeit was, but
Yeah, neither can I. Let's hope it's nothing too bad. Maybe if Matt Cause wins it, he won't leave. In which case that would be terrible for all of us. So Panda has set his best time on the hards, however he is on a medium run. Same for Coandy, yeah, who's also got the medium tyres on. So I'm sure we'll be seeing those guys improve. 6 minutes left. Guy caught with the hashtag Team Burns. Yes, Guy. Go for it. So, under the Fly Emirates board, Panda flying down to the line, and it goes P9. Now, it must be said, everybody around him is on the softer tyre, so it's actually not a bad time. Now he's only 6/10 off pole. Again, I'm not sure what the drop off is for the different tyres.
I'll say on a tyre that's probably, in theory, about a second a lap slower. Yeah, that's not bad going from our Will.
Hey, I mean, all in all, he's having a pretty good season, Panda. He's currently P5 in the championship. I'm sure he would have bitten your hand off for a top 5 in the championship at the start of the season. So, a few drivers getting ready for their final run.
Well, the 2 Ferraris are very close together coming into the final sector.
Slipstream. I wonder if this is
Zach
planned.
ahead of Tico.
Looks like they're all a little bit too far away. Yeah, Tico's pin. Zach is slowing down. I think he's just finished a lap. I don't think he improved though. Right, so who's still out on track? Coandy, I think, is on in lap. Pagani's on a soft tyre run, so we'll stay on board with Pagani. See what you can do on the red tyres. He rides that curb. Confidence. A little bit of a twitch. Ferrari getting out of his way. Down the hill towards the last corner. Or does it count this huge left-hander as a corner?
Yeah, it does. I think that probably counts as the final corner.
So he must have invalidated, which is a shame. Crest is about to cross the line on a lap on the soft tyre and goes 12th. So it's not a great lap from Crest. I mean, saying that, he's within a second of pole. So that just shows how close this this top division is. Alright, so driver has now set a time. Everybody's now sitting on the sitting in the pit. Oh, Dutch is coming out, so he has jumped the gun. Everybody's going to be behind him now. Oh, Ox is about to cross the line actually. Right, as it stands then, Who do you think will get pole?
I'm going to be boring and say that Zach's going to get it.
Fair enough.
I just think he's got that extra, I don't know, bit of determination tonight.
Yeah, the grit between his teeth. We'll see if Oxy can improve first. He'll be the first one of this lot to set a new time. He's coming up. What is that? Is that a Haas? Ooh, Oxy had a... Oh, he's hit the Haas. He's had a bit of a moment. And it's just sort of took him into the Haas. I mean, Aaron didn't know much about it, and it's given him a penalty. So the Toro Rosso of Matt caused, the McLaren goes through, Red Bull goes through. Luckily nobody's hitting him. But he's not on the racing line, so nobody should really. And Lennon has been disqualified from the pit lane. Disqualified from qualifying for blocking the pit lane. I'm not entirely sure how he's done that.
I'll tell you exactly how he's done that. He's taken the limiter off and probably spun the car.
Ah, okay.
And then I think if he's stopped or engaged reverse, the game will instantly disqualify you. Oh!
What's
and
happened?
Pagani.
Oh,
now,
where's that?
Lennon's disqualified car was carrying on down the back straight.
Ugh.
And it wasn't ghosted when Pagani got to it.
Oh yeah, I just saw the rating point in the wall. Well, that's not great.
Pagani swerved to avoid it, and as he done that, the car ghosted.
Oh,
While we're commenting on that, FTRL Panda has done a 107.9.
Wow, what a time!
Now, I think he was top of my friends list on the time trial leaderboard.
I mean, that is a fantastic time. So we'll see if Zach can improve. I think Dutch will be the first driver to come across in the top 5, so we'll go on board with him. But that's been a bit of a mad 2 minutes, so Aaron with a 5-place grid penalty, so if it finishes like this, he will start P11. So yeah, that's not great for him. Lennon was disqualified as well. And Pagani's hit him. Oh, Dutch's spun! I'm going to say the second to last corner.
Yep.
But he's beached it in the grass.
By.
Yeah, so we'll go on board with Zach. Here he goes. Across the line. Can he take back pole position? He does. What a lap from Zach. A 107.8. Just as you thought Panda had pulled something out of nowhere, Zach betters it. Wow. New champion Dutch. Well, I guess we could call him reigning champ. I don't know. Just Dutch. He's P5 after his spin. Aaron's in the pit as well, so I think we're done, Si.
I think we are.
What a bit of a crazy last couple of minutes for the final qualifying of season 10. But Zach takes your final pole position.
I was going to say, for the last 2 minutes of qualifying, when you think go well, we could be in for an interesting race.
There's your final classification. Aaron actually ended up 7th, so he'll start P12 on the grid. Is it going to keep him on those softs, or will he have a free choice? I know in real life, I think he would have to start on the softs, wouldn't he?
I was saying, in real life, he'd have to start on that set of tyre. Whereas Bran would be able to start P10 and get a free choice.
Yeah.
So
let's see if this game takes that into consideration. Right, so podium predictions. Si, what are you saying?
I'm thinking we are going to see Zach win, Panda second, and Dutch is going to come through to finish third.
Okay. I'm going to
I
go...
certainly wouldn't write Dutch off from the podium finish. He's come through from far worse.
That's very true. I'm going to go for a Panda win. Just, you know, it's last race. You've got to throw some bold statements out there. I think Zach will finish second. I'm trying to think who was fourth. Was it Dan? Oh, it was Ox, I think, wasn't it?
Ox was up there, yeah, I think.
I'll go with Ox for a podium. Why not? P3. I believe he was P4 in quali. Get those predictions down in the chat as well, guys. Let us know who you think will be on the podium as the drivers get ready for the start of the race. Junkie Sport, he had a... Well, I say he had a crash. Somebody crashed into the back of him as he was trying to let them through, and it's given a penalty.
Yeah, Ox ended up 6th in quali, Danny was P4.
Wow, that's a great qualifying then from Danny. Is that his highest qualifying finish? Would you like to take us through the final formational lap, Si?
Well, we're halfway round it, so we haven't got long. Zach looking to bounce back from last week's disappointment. He's off to a good start, got a pole position, so we want to cap off the season with a win. As will Panda, had a few unlucky moments this season, so we'll be hoping for a bit of good fortune coming his way. Tico's had a very solid season. Alongside Zach, Ferrari have won the Constructors' Championship, so a double podium for Ferrari will just underline the strength of that team. Danny, possibly his best qualifying performance in P4. Dutch Tricks in P5. This season's champion doesn't really need to worry about much tonight, so can just have a bit of fun from there. Ox P6 started showing some solid pace again. So good things possibly coming from Ox. Matt Cause his final race in FTRL for a while, so I think everyone is hoping Matt does well tonight. Co-Andy's been solid in that McLaren this season, so possibility of a good points finish for him. Roves in P9 will probably just be hoping to pick up a few points. Brown in P10 had another good consistent season, some strong finishes. P10's probably a bit low for him qualifying wise, so it'll be hoping to come through. And then we've got Cress, Aaron, Pagani and Lennon round off the grid.
Very nice, mate. And just to confirm, Aaron is on those soft tyres. As is, I think, is everybody around him.
Oh,
but anyway,
he's lagged out.
Oh, that's a shame. 5 red lights. And away we go for the final Season 10 race. Zach has got a decent start. I think he'll hold on to P1 as Panda closes up. Oh, Tico might actually go around the outside. Panda's had to pull out a little bit, and that might give Dutch an opportunity to go around the outside as well. As it's a run down to turn 4. Dutch has him. So Panda drops down a couple of places. Oh, Dutch's had a bit of a wiggle. Panda can't capitalise on it. Dutch just about manages to hold on. Second race in a row though, where Dutch's setup looks a little bit shaky.
I think Bran and Lennon have had a coming together. They're both carrying heavy wing damage. Both drivers started on the hard tyre, so that's going to ruin their strategies.
Yeah, massive shame. Danny can't get back into his car either. But that's moved Aaron up into the points. Ravers has gone up a place as well. Like you say, just looking for solid points. I think Ravers to finish off the season. Let's pull up a few of these.
Tico's had a monster opening lap there. Right on the back of Zach going into turn 1.
Let's spoken to Tico a few times this season, said he wants to definitely go for the title next season. Definitely wants to finish the season with a win. So, teammates or not, Tico's going to be going for it today. So closest gap is Matco's at the moment, so let's go and quickly take a look at that. He's on the back of Andy. Ox just ahead, so it's the battle for P6 at the moment. So Lennon's come back out on the hards, and Bran has come out on the mediums. Dutch takes fast as that. He's closing in. This top three is extremely close. Panda isn't far behind. Looking like a good battle, Si.
Yeah, I'm just remembering Spain from earlier on this season, where you had the two Ferraris and Dutch's Mercedes just following one another around for the duration of the race.
Cracking race.
And also Baku, where two Ferraris I think got together, and Dutch profited from that.
Must be said though, this top five, as a little pack, is pulling away from Matco's, who has got past Andy for P6.
Right, now Donzo's got a prediction in the chat. I'm not going to say what it is, I'm just going to see if it happens.
Yeah, I've just read it. Right, so Zach takes the fastest lap before Panda quickly snatches it.
Nope, sorry Don.
Oh, Tico's had a bit of a moment, and Zach has pulled out a second gap, and Dutch is right on his gearbox.
He had a half look.
Yeah, Tico is just about saved, because I think as he crossed the DRS line he was still within a second, which has helped him hold on to that position from Dutch.
And
Panda's having a look.
Yeah.
So, 4 laps in. Already a couple of nice battles starting to brew. Zach is slowly pulling a lead due to Tico's mistake, and Tico is going to be a sitting duck here for Dutch.
Yellow flag, Ox has gone round.
Oh, that's a shame. He was right in that battle as well. Tico manages to hold on. Aaron gets past Ravers for P8. Dutch having a look at the inside, just letting Tico know that he's still here. Tico seems to have quite a bit more straight line speed though than Dutch, even with that DRS. Andy sticking with Matt Cause. Seems like Danny's having a few troubles getting back in his car, which is a huge shame because P4 in quali is a fantastic result for him. He's had a bit of an unfortunate season, Danny, with disconnections. Oh, he's back.
But he has joined the lobby. There might be a glimmer of hope for him yet. Now, Dutch has dropped off the back of Tico slightly, but Panda's still within the same sort of range of Dutch.
Might be seeing a move for P7 here as Aaron is having a look at Cress Crest defends extremely well. Aaron doesn't really have anywhere to go. They were side by side through turns 1 and 2. So Aaron definitely pushing to get this move done, saving a bit of ERS.
So it's a difficult section to make an overtake through here.
Oh, Crest had a bit of a moment, I think, there. So only going to give Aaron more confidence as he sees the Racing Point struggle.
Needs to maximise his exit off this corner.
Oh, he's had a bit of a twitch, which isn't going to help him. Crest doesn't have the benefit of DRS from in front, and Aaron might be making a move here. Crest goes to the inside to defend, and defends well. Puts his car right where he needs it. And Crest holds on for a couple more corners into the next DRS zone, though, down to turn 4. Aaron's still not close enough to get the move done. Crest defending well, Si.
He's doing a very good job of defending Aaron.
Oh, huge moment for Crest, though.
Yeah, if F1 cars had handbrakes, he's just pulled it. I think he might have downshifted one more gear than he wanted to there. Just locked the rear axle up.
Just going to go and have a quick glance at the top 3, because Dutch and Panda are still very close to each other. Dutch just cannot get close enough to Tico. Tico is just so quick in a straight line.
Aaron's going again.
Yeah, here we
Sent
go.
to the outside once more.
Can he get it done? He's now going to have the inside, but quickly switches to the outside again. Still side by side as Crest goes off track. And now Crest will have to DRS. It's turning into a bit of a fiery battle, this one.
Yeah, I just hope Aaron doesn't get too frustrated in that Haas.
Ooh, as he goes very close. Crest seems to cut the corner a little bit. And all of this is helping Ravers as Crest gets a wheel on the grass. But there's still just no way past Ryan at the moment. Ooh, another little wiggle for Aaron. Ravers now within DRS. I think that little switch has just helped Crest a little bit. He still goes defensive though to the inside. Danny's back in his car, which is good to see. Hopefully he can kick on, try and get back inside the top 10 now.
Yeah, one small positive for Danny will be that the AI hasn't pitted his car yet.
Yeah, we see that happening a lot, which is unfortunate.
Although he is in a bit of no man's land down there in P12. 13 seconds behind Oxley 11th and 18 seconds ahead of Brown in 13th.
Quite a lonely race. Aaron's still not close enough. Both of these drivers are low on ERS as Aaron goes across the corner.
I gotta say, that'll be a
Pushing.
warning. Aaron's gonna need to bank some battery.
Oh,
He's
Cox has
got
made a move
none.
on Pagani. Danny's at the fastest lap, so he's definitely on the push. Looks back into the top 10 with that move on Pagani. But Pagani is on those medium tyre.
Yeah, Crest really struggling through that middle sector at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think his setup is enjoying that too much. But Aaron is a lot closer now than he has been before. DRS flies open. I still don't think it's going to be close enough.
Well, both
Oh, he
cars
goes for the
with no
switchback.
battery.
Oh, Chris at the moment. This is going to be it. Aaron gets moved on up the inside. He's going to have DRS as well, which is going to help him. It's a drag race down to turn 4. Ravers is having a look as well. Might just back up the inside. A little bit of a tap on the back of the racing point. But Aaron gets the move done and Crest just slots in behind. And now Ravers is going to be seeing if he can get in on the action. And keep chasing down Aaron. That was a fascinating battle, Si.
Yeah, kept us entertained for a few laps. Yeah, Aaron certainly had to work hard for that one.
Without a doubt. So there's a bit of a gap between the top 4 now. There's sort of pull. Oh, Tico's pit. So 10 laps here, 12 laps for him, sorry. Let's see what he goes on. So he's gone on to the mediums. Okay. There's a Haas in the background there as well. Aaron has followed the Ferrari in. So we'll see what tyre Aaron goes on to. That's the hards. So 2 completely different strategies already, Si. Now which one? I mean the hards should definitely get to the end from this point.
I'd imagine the hards will go to the end.
And the mediums.
Yeah, is Tico doing a 2-stop? Or is his tyre wear that good? Time will tell.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what Dutch and Panda do. Whether they react to that or not.
Oh, Lennon's gone. That's unfortunate. I think he was running last anyway by a good 20 or so seconds. But the race leader comes in, he follows in his teammate.
Well, Dutch and Panda have carried on.
So they're going for the overcut.
Extending their stint a little bit.
So that move Matt Cause and Coandy, 3rd and 4th. Zach, where's he going to slot back out? And where's his teammate? So his teammate is coming down towards turn 1 now. I think Zach is going to stay ahead. There is Zach. I think Zach's done it. So the undercut didn't work. I don't think Tico had any traffic. But Zach has come out right on the back of Oxy. So that's going to help Tico catch up. Unless Zach can get past quickly. Interesting, Si. Interesting. Zach has also gone onto the mediums, by the way. So
once again, Dutch carries on round. Panda pits.
yeah, so Dutch is massively extending this stint. He obviously feels the tyres are pretty good. Or maybe he just feels the undercut isn't as good around here.
Well, on Panda's in lap, Dutch was starting to extend that gap on Panda.
Panda's gone onto the hards. So far he's the only driver inside the top 5 that has gone onto the hards. So there's definitely a splitting strategies here. Cress has pitted onto the hards as well.
Well, Zach has cleared Ox, who is yet to pit off the soft tyre.
Macco's right on the back of that McLaren.
Yeah, so these two have swapped positions somewhere on this lap.
Course. Going a little bit deep.
Dutch is in this lap.
Right, we'll see what he goes on to. Randy and Matt Cause going to follow him in. Andy carries on, so does Matt Cause. So they will inherit the race lead.
Medium
Ravers
tyre
is
for
in.
Dutch.
So, Ravers gets a penalty. Well, the overcut definitely hasn't worked. Dutch is going to lose 2 or 3 positions here, as Zach, Oxy and Tico all get through, and Panda isn't far behind.
So it's going to be very close. But Dutch has held it. In fact, he extended his gap. He's now 1.5 seconds clear of Panda. Well, 1 second clear of Panda by the time he got to the braking zone.
Now it's just a big question of, can these medium tyres last till the end? Panda's put himself in a really good position here going on to the hards, because if he can stick with these guys, then they have to either pit again or their tyres start to drop off. We might see a nice little battle at the end.
Yeah, we'll have to wait a little while to see how this unfolds, but it's going to be an intriguing final stages in this race.
Tico's making a move on Ox, 15 lap hold. Softs on the Alfa Romeo, and Tico gets past quite easily through turns 1 and 2. Up into a provisional P2 now. And Dutch will be next to try and make a move on Ox. Matt Cause and Andy still going at it though. Still half a second gap between these guys. Down towards the bottom, then he's just made a move on Bram. So Andy and Matt Cause have stayed out again. Now Aaron has actually jumped these guys by quite a bit. I mean, Cress, Ravers and Aaron were all together before Aaron pitted, and he's now 3 seconds ahead. I mean, they did pit a couple of laps ago, but it's still quite a big lead. Ox finally pits and is on the medium tyre.
Matt Cause back ahead of Andy now. These guys have done nearly half a race distance on the soft tyre.
I mean, I guess the driver we need to look.
Plus a quali run.
Yeah, that's true. Their tyres must be absolutely screaming right now. Zach has pit and he's only 5 seconds behind these guys. Are they going to pit this lap? Yep, Matt Cause is in. Andy carries on.
Yeah, late call from Andy there.
So I guess the driver we need to watch at the moment is Pagani, because he's the only driver that started on those mediums. He's currently gone 16 laps on them. So if he can go quite far into this race, I guess that will confirm the one stop for the front guys.
Well, Dutch has caught onto the back of Tico again.
Oh, Crest, Ravers did make the move on Crest, but then he ran wide in turn 1, I think. There was a lot of grass being kicked up. Ox is also about to make a move on Crest for P9 around the outside of turn 4. Oh, Crest has spun! And he's avoided the wall. We're driving from Crest to keep that out of the wall there. Across the grass, he would have had no control of that. So that's very good. Dutch is on the back of Tico.
Got a good run.
Yeah, he's as close as he's been the whole race, and he gets the move done before turn 1. I don't think Tico put up much of a fight there. Maybe he's thinking come back at him on this second DRS as he picks up a penalty. Andy has now gone 18 laps on those softs.
I was just going to say, does he have some sort of glitch where he doesn't have any tyre wear?
I mean, he is struggling, it must be said. Zach is catching him at a rate of knots. But still, Andy is driving quite low at the moment. Those tyres must be giving him an absolute battering at this point. See what he does, pulls to the left and finally pits. So, Zach retakes the lead. Dutch P2. Tico not quite close enough to make a move into turn 1. And the top 3 is now as they were. Panda's fallen off the back of these guys a little bit as well. He's now 3.5 seconds back, but is on that hard tyre. Just going to take a little glance at the standings. So, if Aaron finishes where he is, 8th or higher, he will move ahead of F3 and go 7th in the championship. He will still be behind Coandy, but after the luck Aaron's had this season, I don't think he'll mind that too much.
No, with some of the drives that Andy's had this season, I don't think Aaron will begrudge Andy's championship position.
Yeah,
I think he's more than earned it.
Speaking of
He's about to
Coandy,
make a move on
yep.
Pagani.
Watching the same battle, and he gets the move done before turn 1. Pagani, I don't think, was putting on much of a fight there. He is on extremely worn tyres at this point. Pagani's just trying to get to that pit stop now without battling too much and losing too much time.
Chris has lagged out the session now.
Oh, that's a shame. So Tico needs to do, what, another 14 laps? Same as Zach, obviously. Pagani's currently done 20 on them. There we go. Well, Pagani's in. So he's done 20/21 laps on those tyre, which means realistically Zach has about another 11 laps in them, unless he can extend them a little bit further. Interesting, Mr. Simon. Do you think he's going to go for a soft stint at the end, maybe?
It's probable, but I would say if he's going to go for a soft stint, he's better getting that soft tyre on early and getting the most out of it while he can.
Oh, Zach's had Dutch had a bit of a moment. I still don't think Tico's quite close enough. But yeah, I agree. I would expect to see Zach, if he is pitting, maybe between lap 28 and 30.
I was going to say I would probably think he'd want to get at least 8 laps out of a soft tyre if he's going to put it back on.
Definitely gonna want to watch this though. Panda 5 seconds behind now, but again, if these top 3 guys pit, Panda will have track position. Yes, these guys will most likely go onto the softs and be a lot quicker, but as Crest shown earlier on in the race, track position, if you defend quite well, is quite important around here. As Oxox makes a move on Aaron, has a bit of a slip on the curb. Aaron can't really do much. Ooh, Brand's just picked up a penalty. Currently running 13th, so he's going to do much. It's definitely not going to help him. $13 to go. Pigani's come out in a pretty good position. Gaps all around him, and he's come out on a softer tyre.
So what's that, 7 seconds to Rovers in P9?
Yeah, and 12 laps to close it down, and on that soft tyre it is definitely possible. Ravers doesn't have DRS, so Pigani's going to be on the charge. Cress has left the session. Did Cress's ghost car just go fastest lap on the hard tyre? Oh, what have I just witnessed? Oh, Tico's had a huge moment.
Yeah, for those that can't see, I've just done the blinking white man gif.
Oh, Zach. Takes back fast as that. 2.5 seconds back to Dutch now. With Tico and Dutch still fighting, Tico picks up another penalty. A few of the drivers were saying before the race, turn 1 and 2, if anywhere, is going to be the place where they pick up majority of penalties. Marcos might be having a look at Kawandi here as well, down into turn 4. Ooh, that was close. Not quite close enough. And he goes again. Another couple of laps, and we'll be up to the predicted sort of pit stop zone for these medium runners. Tico makes a move on Zach, on Dutch, to go back into P2. Gets the move done before turn 1. Dutch will have the DRS though.
I was going to say, Tico's made a move on Zach from 3 seconds back. That is an audacious dive bomb he's just done.
So the Ferrari is now 1-2 again. Dutch has the DRS but isn't quite close enough to try and retake second. Zach is just cruising at the moment, Si.
Yeah, you can afford to, and in being able to cruise the way he is, he could probably go and extend that medium tyre to the end.
Yeah, he's not having to push. Can save his ERS for when the guys eventually catch him.
Pagani is now 5 seconds behind Ravers, so it's come down 2 seconds in 3 laps.
Pagani is on the charge. Saying that though, Danny's actually closed in a little bit on Pagani over the last couple of laps. I think that was a good 2.5 second gap when we last checked on Pagani. It's now sitting at 1.5 seconds. So The Red Bull is just pulling Danny along here.
As I say, there's probably a real chance that Ravers finds himself outside the points at the end of this. Or, well, not if Danny keeps cutting corners like that.
I mean, that would be a shame. He qualified in the top 10. I think he qualified 10th, didn't he, and then got pushed up due to Aaron getting dropped down.
Yeah.
But a points finish for Ravers is always a good result. It's what he aims for every week.
Now I think what you've got to bear in mind is that at the end of this race, Aaron and Ravers will both have 5-second pit lane speeding penalties to serve.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. It's not
as well as any corner cutting penalties they've picked up.
Well, I've seen a lot of penalties from a lot of different drivers, so I think there's definitely going to be a big shuffle at the end. Tico runs a little bit wide out of turn 4, and Dutch was a good 9/10 behind, but that little moment from Tico has got Dutch right up, back up behind him. Now we're now in that little window that we kind of predicted early on, in regards to these guys coming on the softs, so have a good watch. I think they'll be okay though. Pagani took them 20 laps. I'm pretty sure these guys can extend.
I think they'll be fine.
Yeah. Don't think we'll be seeing any movement.
But it's just if anyone did fancy gambling and rolling the dice.
Matt Cause and Andy's race-long battle is still going. Half a second has been the gap for pretty much every single lap of this race. Just switching positions as they go.
Something flashed up at the bottom of the screen there that I don't see very often. Dutch Tricks has picked up a penalty.
Ooh. I mean, I think Tico has a couple. He has at least one. I've definitely seen him pick up one. Ooh, that was a big slide.
So if the top three don't pit, I'm wondering, are we going to see that sort of tyre crossover where the hard becomes the quicker tyre, and can Panda catch onto the back of Dutch in the closing laps?
I think if that drop off happens, it will need to happen relatively soon, because Panda is now 6 seconds off these guys. But then again, a couple of these guys do have penalties. Tico maybe has a couple. So if Panda, like you say, that crossover comes and Panda can close up maybe, no, 2.5, 3 seconds, he might just about nick a podium here with the penalties.
I mean, if Tico and Dutch start scrapping, they're extremely close at the moment. If they start scrapping hard, that could play into Panda's hands.
Yeah, very much could. I've just had a quick look at the gap between Ravers and Pagani, and it's just hovering around 3 seconds now. And Danny has closed up a little bit more on Pagani as well. He's just out of DRS range. Maybe Pagani's pushed those tyres a little bit too much.
Yeah, well, Danny's now within DRS range of Pagani.
Of course, he's going to have DRS on the McLaren as well. I think he's a little bit too far back to make a move into turn 1. On board and have a look anyway. DRS is open. Yeah, just a little bit too far back.
Oh, Tico's on a moment. Back on Tico.
He's got to switch around again.
Yeah, so Tico defended the inside line for turn 4, and Dutch cut underneath him on the exit.
I've just seen a Crest ghost car. I hope it is ghosted and it's not just showing as ghosted on my screen. Tico's had another bit of a slide. It's struggling at the moment.
It does seem to be ghosted.
Good. Which is going to help Dutch. I think he's going to get DRS off it.
He's got DRS off of it.
That's a funny one. Oh, cold masters. So Dutch and Tico go through. Tico couldn't close the gap, like I say, just because Dutch had the DRS. 4 laps to go. I don't think this battle's done quite yet.
Yeah, I don't think that tyre crossover's happening for Panda.
No, he's lost another half a
He's
second.
dropped off him. Yeah.
Tell you what though, Ravers and Pagani, it's now 2 seconds. Pagani still closing in. You can see the back of that Alfa Romeo getting ever closer.
Yep. Matt Coors is still being towed around by Andy.
Yeah, that has been an incredible battle.
Yeah, and Danny's right on Pagani now.
Ten laps. Pagani's now been on those softs, so they're not going to be feeling incredible, but they should still have enough grip just to get up to the back of that Alfa Romeo. It's 1.8 now. I think Pagani's struggling through this little middle sector because he seems to be dropping a couple of tenths here and there. I don't know whether he's just got a little bit more straight line speed, maybe to Ravers. Junkie Sport asking if 2 more DNF, will Crest get a point? No, I don't believe so, because he's not in the race. As Danny makes a move up the inside on Pagani. Battling hard. And Danny gets the move done. Pretty good move there by the Renault driver. Pagani's going to have DRS though. He might come back in him, but I don't think he's quite close enough. Oh, he does go for it.
Well, he has got back in.
Well then. Come back on the track. I don't think... Oh, Pagani's gone. Oh, how has he not lost a tyre? Wow, he slammed into that barrier pretty hard. He's only lost an end point. That was turning into be a pretty good battle, but it looks like it's all kind of fallen away. But now Danny is going to be the one chasing down Ravers.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Pagani at turn 4, but he almost ended up in Rio.
I don't know whether he just underestimated maybe the slipstream and it's just sent him onwards. Matt Cause, let me say, still on the back with Co-Andy. Do you think Matt Cause is playing the patient game? I mean, he's got so much ERS saved. I mean, so does Andy though, to be fair.
I would say he might just be going for a last lap attack. Speaking of attack, Tico and Dutch.
Yeah, Tico very close. Here we go, DRS open. Tico's going to try and go around the outside. I think there was a little bit of a tap. Dutch goes for the switchback. Tico holds on. And now Dutch will get DRS. Drag race down to turn 4. Dutch just done it. He holds on. Battle goes on, so.
Yeah, Tico right on the limit with his fuel.
Oh, Roxox's pit. Interesting. Has he got damage? No damage. That is very bizarre.
Yeah. answers on a postcard for that one.
Well, Pagani with his damaged wing, I think... Oh no, he won't actually, he won't jump Oxox. He's going to come out right behind him, but that wing isn't helping him very much.
Well, we're on to the final lap of season 10 in F1.
Shame, sad moment. Oh, Dutch has had a bit of a moment on the exit of turn 3, sorry. Tico's going to make a move around the outside as Dutch goes defensive. Oh, Dutch is spun! And Panda's coming up to there. Dutch might just about get it back on track. No, Panda's gone around. Well then. Last lap drama between the Mercedes and the Ferrari.
I was going to say, is that a final controversial moment?
Ravers has lost his position to Danny as well on the final lap. Panda
said Danny would threaten.
Yeah, he's looked very quick, Danny.
It's a case of what could have been for Danny.
Oh, saying that, the Ravers has come back at him.
There's nothing controversial about the man who's going to win the race. T1000 Zach.
Well, fantastic
takes
race.
The final win of season 10.
Domination. And it's going to end with a 1-2 for Ferrari. You said before the... Oh,
well, it's
no,
not.
It's not. Oh, Dutch has jumped.
Tico's not even on the podium.
Wow. Oh, man. Coandy comes home for a P5 though. What a result for Coandy. Matt Cause on his final race for FTRL gets a P6. Another fantastic result for him. Aaron, I think bar penalties, will get P7. I think Ravers might have had a moment, you know, because Oxox has got past him. Oh, Ravers is out of fuel. Is he out of fuel? No, I don't think so. Ravers must have spun. I think he's just about going to hold on for a point, though. No, he's going to jump Oxox anyway.
And Pagani jumps Ravers and Ox.
Did I not predict that podium?
P9. Sorry?
Oh no, I think I said Panda would win, didn't I? That's a shame. Yeah, Pagani gets 2 points. Ravers hangs on for a point just about. But that podium battle,
I just want to say, hashtag podium prediction.
Was that yours?
Yep.
Spot on, mate. Well played. 2 points for you.
Shout out to Tico for getting so many time penalties and making it happen. Thank you, Tico.
That's crazy. Second to fourth. So Dutch, after a last lap spin, manages to creep back onto the podium. But that man there holding the trophy will definitely be taking the momentum into next season. And he will be wanting his championship back, I'm sure. What's a final race? Are you getting the lads in?
Indeed.
Cool. I'll just wait for these guys to hop in. So, I've just read something in the Discord. What we said was kind of spot on about Matt Cause being quite happy to sit behind Coandy, pure because Coandy actually turned out to have a penalty. So Matt Cause would have jumped him, but he got a penalty on the final lap.
Yep,
Oh,
that might have been the case.
Such a Matt Cause thing to do. Alright, so there's William.
Matt Cause delivering in his final race. Thank you, Matt.
Oh, fantastic. Right, so just waiting on Dutch. Oh, there's Dutch. So it's just our race.
Maybe invite Aaron, see if he wants to, since it's the last race for F1.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, I'll do that.
Hi.
Hello.
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 Right, you want to get started, or should we wait for Aaron? I mean, I think we'll probably speak to Aaron last anyway, so we might as well kick it off. Right, Zach. Hello.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to
Hi.
speak to you last week. But you're coming obviously into this race having known you've unfortunately missed out on the title. But it was a magnificent season to watch. So close between you guys. What was your attitude coming into this race? Was it just sort of getting the season
Having fun.
done, or did you want to
No,
come
only
get
having
them?
fun. I didn't practice at all. I mean, I only did two time trial runs. So I just wanted to have fun tonight, and it ended up with a win. So yeah, pretty good race for me.
I mean, considering you say you didn't have much practice, you won pretty dominantly. To be fair, I mean, showing why you're a champion. I mean, what are your? I mean, it's a bit of a stupid question asking you what your aims are for next year. It's obviously going to be the title. Do you think you can take it back from Dutch?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I hope next season I can do again better. Practice a bit more, to be more faster, to be faster in the race, because the quali this season was great, but the race pace wasn't that good. So I hope I can practice more to have more pace and to challenge him a bit.
Cool. Well, it's been great watching your season, mate. So, again, massive hard luck on just about missing out on the title, but you and Dutch are extremely quick. So I definitely look forward to next season watching you guys battle it out again. Congratulations, mate.
Yeah,
Right,
it
Si.
should be great. It will be great.
I'm sure it will be.
Right, FTRL Panda in second place. Good to have you back on the podium, my friend.
That's good.
Yeah, positive end to the season. It's been a bit up and down, hasn't it? You've had some unfortunate moments, but at times you've shown some flashes of pace, which we all know are there. And tonight was one of those nights.
Yeah, we had obviously the season started off pretty well. Got win at Baku, got a podium at Belgium, but then I think I missed a race and then had a couple of unfortunate incidents, which definitely scored like 1 point in the last 4 races or something. But I've always liked Brazil, so I thought I'd be okay around here. And it turns out it was thanks to Dutch and Tico. Love those guys.
Yeah, as did we. They gave us a fantastic race-long battle. You went on to a different tyre strategy from the lead pack, of which you were hanging on to in the first stint. What was the thinking behind the hard tyre as opposed to the medium?
That was what the strategy auto selected as, and I didn't know you could do anything different. So
Fair enough.
that's what happened, and then I saw them slowly getting away, and I thought, they're just going to DRS each other forever now.
Now, just touch on your qualifying lap. Was there any sense of disappointment that you didn't hang on to that pole position, or did it not come as a surprise that Zach did pull one out of the bag?
Well, when I went pole, that was great. So, I was extremely happy. And then I sort of said in the party, Zach's going to ruin this for me. He's going to spoil my day. And lo and behold, Zach did ruin it and indeed spoil my day. But, P2 is still the highest I've qualified in F1 for, I think, like 5 seasons, and so I can't really complain.
And just a quick one on to season 11. Going on from tonight, what's the hope for next season?
Well, I believe this has got me 4th in Championship, which is behind, obviously, the stupidly quick trio with Dutch, Zach and Tico. So I think that's sort of the best I could hope for, really. So I'm happy with that. If I can get 4th again, maybe pick up a few few more podiums, maybe try and keep out of some unlucky moments, maybe try and attend all the races, and you never know, I might get a little bit closer to third place in the championship. I think if I get fourth again, I'll be happy.
Well, we certainly hope to see that next season. So, well done this season. Been like I say, been an up and down one, but P4 is a solid return on what you've managed this season. So, well done.
Thank you.
Very nice. Right, Mr. Dutch Tricks.
Yes.
We'll touch on quali. P5. Were you disappointed with that? We saw obviously your last lap spin. I don't know how much you were going to improve on that, like, but
3/10. So
okay.
I was going to battle for pole. I'll definitely P2. But yeah, I lost it. So
Oh yeah.
very angry
you saw
about
it.
myself about it. So
Well, that just shows that you have high standards, Dutch, because you didn't really have anything to fight for. But I mean,
nah.
was you?
Now with you, of course, want a good result and a fun race at the end, and I wanted a podium streak to keep alive.
Well, speaking of the podium streak, you just about managed to
Yeah.
to jump onto the podium. Did you think it was gone there at the end with that last lap spin?
Yes, because I thought Tico had only 9 seconds, and I heard on the radio that Pen had 3 seconds, so it was a big shame. I thought, oh no, the podium streak's over, but then on the finish line Tico said, oh, you jumped me by 4 tenths. So
Yeah, me and
I was happy with it.
me and Sai were quite shocked at the amount of time Tico actually lost. He lost 2 positions on the last. Well, as you guys crossed the line. We asked your rival, how do you think next season's going to go? It's obviously extremely close between you guys every season now. You've just about managed to claim your title back. Both of you missed a couple of races, so I mean,
Yeah, I hope we can both do all races. So that's the fairest point. He had a lot more absence this season. So that didn't help him, and I think next season we need to push even more for the title for the both of us, because I think with Tico as well, I think he one time will get a title, and also Plexits of Betty, I should say, can be a title runner, so I think next season will be close once again.
well, with that P3, you just moved to 199 points for the season, which is absolutely crazy. Zach obviously with his pole and 20 points finished on 182. So I mean, the points between you guys is absolutely mental. So again, like I said to Zach, I'm absolutely buzzing to watch you guys battle it out. Unfortunately for me, next season I'm going to be watching the battle from miles back down the road. So that's going to be fun. But again, massive congratulations for the season, mate. It's been fantastic commentating on it. So thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
I'll just correct you
for
on
the
that one, Joe.
commentating on the whole
go on.
season.
Go on. What have I said wrong?
Yeah. Well, you won't be watching it from miles down the road because you won't be able to see it. You'll be watching it on the stream after the race.
Yeah, that's true. Or the big screen during the race. yeah. I mean, I'll pass over to Aaron now. You will probably want to say a few words for the end of the season.
Yeah. So, well, unexpected. I thought I did this last week, but I'll do it again. First of all, before we do anything at all, thank you very much to you, Joe, who've commentated all season. Simon, I know obviously you've done most of the other divisions and stuff like that. So without the streams and everything else, I mean, the support's been amazing on it this season. So really, really grateful for that. So thank you, boys. Also, it's quite fitting that we've got both the Division 1 both the F1 admins in there. It will leave me alone. Both the F1 admins in. They've been absolutely amazing in what has been probably the most difficult season we've had to run, especially expanding into 3 divisions and obviously numbers being short this season. It's been extremely well managed, and the boys have done an amazing job. So it's not just the fact that they turn up every single week and give it everything that they've got. It's also the amount of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Most people in here know exactly what I'm talking about. So, boys, genuinely thank you so much. Zach, I didn't get a chance to obviously speak to you after last week. I know obviously he was very gutted that Dutch got the title off you, mate, but
Please don't
nevertheless...
speak of that race, please.
No.
I want to forget it as
Yeah, but
soon
I'm
as
not
possible.
talking about the race. I'm not talking about the race. All I'm saying is you've had another amazing season, and I'm sure that it's going to be even closer next year. You and Dutch are the two best drivers I think we've ever had, and you know, to be honest with you, we're really, really lucky to have you both. So thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing how you get on next season. And then obviously Dutch, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The usual sort of business, mate. You know how good I think you are. 199 points is a new FTRL record as well. So well done. And again, it's another thing you've broken. So well done.
Thank you.
And finally, stay tuned for the rest of this week. There's loads of bits and pieces going to be released about the upcoming season. Quite a few changes. Everyone will find out their team allocations and so on. But again, final message from me, just a massive thank you to all of the admins, because they're just absolutely brilliant. So yeah, enjoy your couple of weeks off now, gents, and we will see you bright and early for a brand new season very, very soon. Thank you very much.
Cool. Right, I don't quite know how to carry on from that. Yeah, as Aaron said, it's been a great season. Hopefully you guys have all enjoyed watching it. Come back tomorrow for the F2 race, 8 o'clock, same channel, all that good stuff. Got a title challenge there, and then obviously we have the final race officially of the season with F3 closing out at Brazil. So make sure you join us for that one as well. See you guys soon.